Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So I came across a very good written article by Brian Kalbrowski, I believe his name is. Hopefully I did not butcher his name, but it was on Hoops Hype, and it was a very good article. Now, it's not a secret at all that there's a little bit of a rift in the relationship between Bradley Beal and John Wall. Yes, they looked fantastic yesterday in their win in Game 3 against the Toronto Raptors, but they really haven't lived up to the hype that we thought this Washington Wizards team could do. We thought they would be a way better team coming into this season. They were the 8th seed this season. Clearly a disappointment. Even though John Wall was injured, still a disappointing year for the Washington Wizards. And if they end up losing round 1, which they very well could lose round 1, there's going to be teams lining up to try to trade for John Wall or Bradley Beal. Now, will the Wizards actually move one of those two? I'm not quite sure yet. But in this article, they put together a bunch of connections between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Washington Wizards for a potential trade for Bradley Beal. So I'm pretty much just going to recap what this article will say. I'll put the full article in the description below so you guys could definitely check it out. Now, the first things first, Brian Whithurst of ESPN, he feels that the Los Angeles Clippers has what it takes to make a trade for Bradley Beal. And in his proposed trade, he said it will either be Tobias Harris and or Gallinari. So both of those, a first-round draft pick, could be enough to persuade the Wizards to actually go in a rebuild mode essentially and trade away one of these two guys. Now, in the article, they start connecting the dots a little bit more. Sam Cassell is currently an assistant coach for the Los Angeles Clippers. He was a coach for Bradley Beal in Washington from 2012 to 2014, and apparently they worked very close during that time. Also, Pat Sullivan, who's an assistant coach right now for the Clippers, he was an advanced scout and assistant coach for the Wizards back when Bradley Beal was actually drafted. Doc Rivers, of course, the head coach, he has had high praises for the guard in the past, so that's another connecting point right there. But then you start seeing more connecting points along the way. Trent Redden, currently the assistant general manager of the Clippers. He was the Cleveland Cavaliers director of player personnel at the time that Cleveland was rumored to trade up to the number 2 pick in the 2012 NBA draft. Also, you have the current general manager of the Clippers, Michael Winger. He was then the assistant general manager of the OKC Thunder back in 2012 when they were rumored to try to trade up to the number 2 pick to try to get Bradley Beal. So a lot of connecting pieces here. I still think it could be a long shot. We will see how the rest of this series goes. If the Wizards can make noise, they can recover. I don't think none of them will be traded. If they do end up being blown out, say they lose in 5 games and lose the rest of the way, then you will have to at least consider it if you're the Washington Wizards. Maybe you have to split these two apart. I don't know if it'll be John Wall. I think John Wall is going to be there to stay, but then it might have to be Bradley Beal and maybe some other pieces that you will have to try to move this summer and essentially go into a rebuild mode or a retool mode where you got to get some new pieces and try something different. Because right now, for the Wizards, we really thought at this point they would be a fully fleshed out team. You would have thought they would have the chemistry, but it looks like the chemistry has went the opposite direction over the past few years, and things really haven't worked out for the Washington Wizards. But we'll see what happens in the playoffs. But you guys, let me know how you guys feel about the Clippers potentially trying to make a move. Do these dots kind of make sense to you in your opinion? I think it's still a long shot, but you guys let me know how you guys feel about this in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.